Today on Refined.
This is epic, super epic. You need to be here. Everyone, come on.
You heard her. We take you behind the scenes of the most exciting night for Seattle music this summer. Plus, they are Tater Tots gone rogue.
This is my first tot ever, and it is amazing.
Brace yourself. Our latest road trip adventure swings by the home of crab tater tots. Then, can I go on the record here? The recipe doesn't sound great. I put Refined's kitchen bestie to the test. Seattle Refined starts now. Hi everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, Seattle's newest and most buzz-about award show just wrapped up. The second annual Latin Music Awards brought the glitz, glamour, and some of the genre's biggest stars to the Emerald City. And guess what? Refined was there.
Muchas gracias. Welcome to the second edition to the Latin Music Awards, los premios a la música latina y al talento.
Nominees and special guests dressed to impress as they arrived in style to Seattle's Pacific Science Center.
We're happy to have this ongoing tradition. Everybody welcome. Everybody's gonna have a good night tonight. We'll see what goes on today.
Before the awards even began, the pre-party was the party of all parties outside under the arches. The show kicked off with everyone grooving to the sounds of salsa. Seattle's Latin music culture runs deep, and there's no shortage of excitement to show it off.
And we are so proud to be part of this and try to show you what is the talent, how is the talent for Latinos here in Pacific Northwest.
And that was just the appetizer. Crowds finally gathered inside for the main event. There were 15 categories up for grabs, with fans given the chance to vote for their favorites online.
I am nominated in 3 categories this year for the Latin Music Award: Composer of the Year, Song of the Year, and Music Video of the Year. This is amazing. Being at the Pacific Science Center after hours and maybe getting an award, wish me luck.
Muchas gracias. Gracias.
Latin Rose didn't take home any hardware for her nominations, but she did go home with a total surprise. She was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I want to thank everybody. I didn't think I was going to win anything, and I was so bummed out. I was so sad, and I was crying. But I won the best award of the night, which is the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Hall of Fame. Latin Rose is in the Hall of Fame. I will be at Univision for the rest of my life.
To see a list of all the winners and nominees from the second annual Latin Music Awards, check out SeattleRefined.com.
Dad, everybody, I love y'all. Have a good night.
Our refined summer of road trips just keeps getting better. Contributor Rebecca Mongrain has been on a mission the past few weeks to visit all the West's big national parks. She visited Glacier and Yellowstone, and her final stop, the Grand Tetons. The Grand Tetons are located just south of Yellowstone in Wyoming. And as you can see, the scenery is spectacular. Make sure to check out Rebecca's full article on the website before you plan your trip. You don't have to go as far as Wyoming to enjoy a highway holiday. All summer, Refined has explored some of Western Washington's most magnificent getaways. It's all thanks to our sponsors at your Western Washington Honda dealers and their one-tank trip sweepstakes. They're taking us to destinations that can be reached on just 1 tank of gas if you're driving a fuel-efficient Honda. That's how we ended up at Snug Harbor. The San Juan Islands are sometimes referred to as the crown jewels of the Pacific Northwest. And it's easy to forget that this incredible place is just a short drive and a ferry trip away, which makes it a perfect place for our final Honda one-tank trip of the year. We drove up in a brand new Honda Civic hatchback, and what a fun car to take island hopping. Not only does it zip along with some incredible gas mileage, but the comfortable interior makes it a perfect road trip car. Before we knew it, we were up in Anacortes and boarding the ferry. And don't forget, you will need a reservation for the ferry to make the trip. The ferry winds through the islands for about an hour before arriving at Friday Harbor. a quaint seaside town with lots to do. You can grab a meal at a great restaurant, rent kayaks and paddleboards at the marina, or climb aboard a whale-watching vessel in one of the world's best places to catch a glimpse of an orca. And speaking of whales, Friday Harbor is also home to the Whale Museum. We stopped by to learn a little bit more about the whales that make the waters around the San Juan Islands home.
For a couple of years we did research learning more about the southern resident community, which is JK and L Pod. They're all individually identifiable on site, so that was pretty exciting, is that you could sit on shore here and watch them go by and learn about their family structure as well as their culture and behavioral methods. But we also get transient orcas that are looking for marine mammals.
We saw whales a couple days ago. I don't know for sure if we confirmed the whale that we saw yet. Seeing them in person, first thing I think of the teeth, it's like a giant toothbrush.
Just down the street with incredible harbor views is Downriggers Restaurant. And get this, they have something called Dungeness Crab Tots on the menu. We're not kidding. That's right, crab tater tots. We just had to stop by to see how these delectable morsels were made.
So I start with room temperature or warm cream cheese. Tater tots, get grated potatoes. I don't peel them, they're just washed. So the seasonings in here are garlic, fresh cilantro chopped up, fresh scallions. These are panko breadcrumbs. It's basically the binder. 2 eggs, a little bit of heavy cream, whole lot of crab.
Exclamations of delight. This is my first hot ever, and it is amazing.
After spending a delightful lunch on the deck at Downriggers, we hopped back into our Honda Civic and drove across the island to a magical little inlet called Mitchell Bay, home of the Snug Harbor Resort. Snug Harbor is one of the most serene places you can imagine, with luxury cabin-style accommodations overlooking the water.
It's just nice to be on the ocean.
This has been an absolutely wonderful place. It's really snug, just like it says, Snug Harbor. It's quiet, it's wonderful. The staff has been terrific. And we've really enjoyed everything from the fires at night to the kayaks during the day.
Log on to our website to check out all of our Honda One Tank trips brought to you by your Western Washington Honda dealers. And make sure to enter the Honda One Tank Trip Sweepstakes for your chance to win weekly prizes, outdoor expeditions, vacation getaways, and the grand prize, a 3-year lease on a new 2017 Honda Accord. Complete details are on our website. Refined is just getting started. It's a case of puppy love gone on the rocks.
Bringing home this has been a big adjustment for me, but it's also been a lot for my older dog.
Seattle's dog whisperer comes to the rescue of a woman living in a house divided. But first...
Potato cheddar pie?
No, it sounds terrible. It's kitchen chaos as our kitchen bestie squares off over a recipe I'm frankly skeptical about. Find out what happens next. Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, every time I head up to the Wandering Goose Cafe to hang with our cooking bestie, Heather Earnhardt, I learn something new. I'm not kidding. And today is no exception, as she whips up an old family recipe and shares an ingenious kitchen shortcut using salt. All right, Heather, what's the deal with all these different tomatoes?
So we're gonna make a tomato cheddar pie, and this came about in the South as a way to use up all those tomatoes without, you know, you get tired of eating the same old tomato sandwich.
Can I go on the record here? The recipe doesn't sound great. All right, it doesn't.
Tomato cheddar pie?
No, it sounds terrible.
You're such a picky eater. Oh
I
my
am
God.
sometimes. It
we
sounds
have
awful.
These beautiful heirloom tomatoes we're going to use. So I'm going to have you mix these 2 cups of cheddar while I slice these tomatoes. Then dump all that in there. And then there's 4 tablespoons of cornstarch there. And then half a cup of mayo.
Half a cup of mayo, okay.
So we're going to, I'm going to sprinkle these with some fleur de sel or kosher salt, whatever you have. So we're going to set these aside about 20 minutes so you can see how these are, all this moisture came out in these paper towels. And this is the tart dough that we make. We're going to start with this, about a 1/4 cup of cheddar on the bottom. Then we're just going to line some tomatoes. And then we're going to take this mixture, the cheese, cornstarch, mayo. We have 1 bunch of scallions. We're going to sprinkle those on. I like doing 2 layers and adding a top. Okay, so that's that. And then I have a top crust that I rolled out. So you want to have a hole in there to vent it. Do you want to crimp it or you want me to?
You crimp it. You're fast.
brush it with the rest of our egg wash.
Yeah.
And then I like to top it with a little fleur de sel. And you want to hold it up.
Yeah, I want to do this too.
Yeah. Hold it up. Good. So it's going to bake at 375 for about 40 minutes.
Oh, look at that thing. Are you ready to try this?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
See the green of the scallions, the yellow tomatoes, green tomatoes.
Okay, at the very beginning I said I wasn't sure if I was going to like this or not. Remember I went on record?
I remember.
Remember?
How can you?
All right, you win again. You win again.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good. Heather's cookbook, Big Food, Big Love, is in stores now. Coming up next on Refined, this house is not big enough for the both of them. Or is it? Seattle's dog whisperer tries to save a May-December canine romance. Plus,
in a time when things are kind of sad, like this is a big, burst of happy for everyone.
saddle up, we are headed to the region's biggest and best My Little Pony convention. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. We have to give a tip of our hat today to the Woodland Park Zoo for helping save one of our favorite Refined reptiles, the turtle. Refined's roving photographer, Cy Bean, got to tag along as Woodland Park released 60 western pond turtles back into the wild. It's part of a recovery project spearheaded by the zoo. In 1991, the western pond turtle nearly went extinct. Today, they number about 1,500. Check out the gallery and read more about the project on our website. And while you're there, check out our gallery of Moving Day for the Seattle Humane Society. The organization and the four-legged friends they help just moved into a brand new facility over in Bellevue. We're told it's leaps and bounds better than the old one. The Seattle Humane Society serves 10,000 animals every year, and remember, these animals still need forever homes. We know bringing home a new puppy is never as easy as it looks like it does in the dog food commercials, and that's especially true if you already have an older pet at home who thinks it rules the roost. That's what happened to a Refined viewer who emailed us for help, a lot of help, so we made a call and hooked her up with Seattle's dog whisperer.
Bringing home this has been a big adjustment for me, but it's also been a lot for my older dog to kind of process.
Megan recently brought home a new addition to the family, an 8-week-old golden retriever puppy named Oakley. But not everyone is in love with the adorable bundle of joy. Just ask Megan's other dog, 11-year-old Moxie.
She's really smart, so she can tell that the older one doesn't want to play with her. So she will approach her.
What's an owner to do?
I would like some tips on how to help them get adjusted to each other and just some ways that I can kind of make sure my older dog doesn't feel too neglected.
When Megan reached out to Refined with her doggy dilemma, we knew it was a perfect case for Allie Delacour, aka Seattle's dog whisperer.
Hi, I'm Allie.
Hi, Megan. Nice to meet you.
After some quick introductions, Allie wasted no time in getting down to business.
When you brought Oakley to the house, what was the meeting like?
I actually brought Moxie outside and tried to introduce them outside of the house. And outside, she sniffed her a little bit, and that was kind of the extent of it. There wasn't much kind of beyond that.
I want to know where the dogs are when you're not home, where the dogs are when you are home. Oh, thank you. Their feeding schedule, treat time.
Okay, so Moxie eats twice a day, morning and night. The puppy is eating 3 to 4 meals a day, every few hours. The puppy, though, is not getting any treats yet because I'm still trying to get her eating her regular food.
After a little more sleuthing, Allie comes up with a plan to help these dysfunctional doggies get on the path to friendship.
So I guess going forward, just think of the ratio 2 to 1.
Okay.
So whatever the puppy gets, Moxie gets 2 of. Because you kind of really want to iterate to her that, look, you're still the favorite child. Yep. You're still, we still love you. Yep. Try to socialize the puppy outside of, Moxie.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug her. I'm sorry, but...
After about an hour with Megan and her pups, Allie said her goodbyes, leaving Megan feeling pretty positive about next steps.
Just that reassurance. It was the best part, but we definitely have some things now that we can do to make sure that everyone is comfortable and adjusted, and we're all going to be okay.
I think the biggest thing is just reinforcing Moxie when the puppy does interact with her, to just kind of let her know that this is a positive experience, that it's not something bad.
We checked in with Megan, and it sounds like things are going great.
Hi there, it's Megan. Just wanted to give you a quick update. Allie, your tips have been working so well. Last night, Moxie and Oakley were actually playing together, and it was adorable, and I appreciate all your words of encouragement and just a little bit of patience. Letting them kind of figure it out in their own time has totally worked, and we appreciate your help so much. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
What you do?
Welcome back to the show. You know, it's hard to believe there's just 1 month left of summer here in the Northwest, and we're already looking back on some of our favorite moments of the year. And one of the weirdest and most wonderful has to be the My Little Pony convention in SeaTac. Refine's John Prentice was there.
You didn't have to own a pony or be little to get into this convention in SeaTac. You just had to love My Little Pony.
I think it's really special that it's a really family-friendly convention. We have children, little kids with their parents coming, and we have teenagers, young adults, older people who love the convention. It appeals to all ages.
She's not kidding.
What is a brony?
A brony is when a 25-year-old man watches My Little Pony.
Why are you guys here today?
Because we're bronies. Well,
Yeah.
they're bronies.
Yeah.
I am the brony sitter.
What is a brony?
It's a boy who likes My Little Pony.
What's on your head?
What's on my head? Well, I'm an Alicorn princess, so I have ears, a horn, and my crown.
Sarah Leathers traveled clear from Virginia to celebrate her inner brony.
And like everybody who comes here has such a positive attitude. Everyone's got all these creative ideas that they're willing to share with each other. In a time when things are kind of sad, like this is a big, burst of happy for everyone.
Some bronies came to make friends. Others came to make money. Harrison Hodgkins made the trek from Bristol, England to peddle his pony role-playing game.
This game is all about being a pony, exploring dungeons, and fighting monsters.
So you caved, huh?
A little bit. This guy dropped $33 on a My Little Pony tie and matching pin at a booth called My Little Ties.
And what's your thing?
I do ties.
Do people wear your ties at work, kind of sneak it in?
They do indeed. People do. I've had people tell me they've gotten promotions with my ties, they've gotten past interviews with my ties.
Igor also sells pony-themed magnets, necklaces, and other doodads. But his real passion? Pony virtual reality.
And then my project is Virtual Reality Ponyville, which is the world of My Little Pony.
You can enter that right here.
Absolutely. Right at my table.
I kind of want to try this. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but...
Oh, you absolutely should, I think. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, where am I? I dare say this is, well, it's magical, I guess. Jeez. Oh my God. I am flying. All right. You know what? I was a skeptic, but this is pretty cool. That was intense. So I understand you're kind of a big deal around here.
Honestly, not really. I'm more like a B or C-list celebrity as far as these things go.
Nicole Oliver is one of the A-listers. She's the voice of the pony character Princess Celestia.
If you had told me that the thing on my resume that would have allowed me to meet the widest range of people, travel all the way around the world, and talk to tons of different people with a show about ponies, I would have told you were crazy.
No offense to Princess Celestia, but the real star of this convention, the outfits.
And why'd you come here today?
I came here because I really like My Little Pony, and I was excited to see what costumes people were wearing.
I've never seen so many people in costumes. It's wow.
In all, more than 3,000 people attended this convention. Most walked away satisfied customers.
You coming back next year?
I want to.
Will I come back next year? Well, that's a horse of a different color. John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
We're happy to report the My Little Pony convention will return to SeaTac again next May. So mark your calendars. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gart Swanson. Thanks for joining us here on Seattle Refined. We'll see you next time.